So I'm going to dig up one of these dahlias. I don't know how big this tube's going to be. It's been in here a few years, but we'll see. And like I said in a previous video, I'm not digging these up just to store them. I'm digging them up because I want to move them. I should think this is quite close to the surface. I know you're all screaming out there going, label it, label it. I don't know what it is. I grew it as from a mixed packet of seeds a few years ago. I know it's pink. Just try not to damage any of the tubers. I think it's quite a big one. There we go. So it's quite big, as bits of tuber falling off. As you can see there, it's quite a hefty old lump. So what I need to do now is get as much of the soil off as I can. Check it over, get rid of any soggy tubers that are just not very good, and dry it out. But yeah, it's quite a big one, that. If you can see that there, it's quite a big tuber. In fact, we could probably divide this, to be honest. That bit's hanging off there, but it's a little bit rotten there, so we'll be taking that bit out. Yeah, that's a whopper. Let's clean it up and set it aside for drying out. So this one here is the Winnie the Pooh dahlia, the lovely red and yellow one. The tubers are actually sticking out the ground. I don't know if you can see on the camera, but I will label this one. That one's come up quite easy, actually. That's a big old tuber as well, by the looks of it. Yeah, that's pretty big, that one. It's huge. It'd be nice if I could divide this one, because it is a stunning looking dahlia. Yeah, this is a big one, this. It's really heavy. It's massive, this one. My God. Oh, I'd love to be able to divide this one. I've got a lot of weeds in here. Still trying to... Oh, I've got some spring bulbs here as well, I think. I'll have to get them back in the ground. Just broke one of the tubers. That's quite soggy under it. Yeah, I've got a big clump of, I don't know what they are, daffodils, tulips. I think the daffodils, we'll be putting them back in then in a second. So yeah, this tuber is pretty big. I don't think I've ever seen a dahlia that big. It's massive. So we'll get this one cleaned and set for drying and labelled. So these are the two I've just taken out. This is the Winnie the Pooh one. You can see the size of it. It's absolutely huge. Really happy with that. I'm going to leave them here to dry out. Once they're dry, I'll brush a little bit more of the soil off and see if we can find some eyes on the top of the dahlias, and then we'll be able to see where we can divide it. And this is the pink one. You can see the size difference. It's crazy. And yeah, it's absolutely massive. It's huge. So yeah, I'm glad they're up now. Get them dried out and stored for over winter, and then decide where we're going to put them next year. So guys, on to Ranunculus. As promised, I've been soaking these for 3 hours, and as you can see, they certainly plump up. If you can see that, they plump up quite well, and what that's doing is rehydrating them, basically starting to wake them up. I've never grown these before, like I've said. I've watched dozens of videos and done a lot of reading, and there's loads of different ways of doing it. There's no right way, there's no wrong way. It's whatever suits you, and this is the way I'm going to do it. It's probably a mismatch of lots of different ways all mixed together. So I've got the white, the yellow and the mixed. I've labelled the pots simply with a W for white, and so on and so on. So you see a lot of people sow these or pre-sprout them in trays. I don't want to do that. I want to skip that step and actually put them into cells, so that when they're pre-sprouted I don't have to then take them out and put them in the cells. I'm going to do it, skip that bit and just put them straight in the cells so they can stay in there a little bit longer, basically. So I'm all set up here. I've got a standard compost cell tray in another tray, and both trays have got drainage in, because the key with these is to keep them moist but not soaking wet, because they'll just rot. So I'll bring you down and we'll get into it, guys. So here we go, guys. We're set up 4, 8, 12, 16. These are 24 cell trays. I don't really need ones 24 cell trays. I've got 15 corms of each, so I'm just going to sow 15 in 3 different trays. So ultimately all we need to do is take our corm, as you can see, lovely plump corm, make a hole and pop it in. Spider legs down, guys. Just stuff them in there. I think this is a pretty similar process if you were planting anemones. And one thing I have learnt through watching all the videos and stuff is that they don't like it to be warm, so keeping them cool, but ideally not frozen. So what I'll do, I'll probably pop a lid over these just to keep them, some of the moisture in, because they like to be kept moist, but like I said, not wet. And the plan for these is my narrow border by the pathway. The vision is to have that all Ranunculus next year, so there's a nice brush of colour as you walk past going into the house. Because as you've seen already, I've took the Dahlias out of there, so all I've got in there now really is some crocosmias in there. So it'd be nice to have a nice big flush of flowers walking down that way into the garden. That's quite a big one. Like I said, the trick with these is to make sure you keep them moist but not wet, because they'll just rot. I believe that's 15. Yes, it is. So I'll just cover those over. A little bit more compost. And I might even cover these up with a bit of black plastic, because they don't need light until they sprout. But we'll see. We'll see. It's the first time for me, so if I get them to sprout, I'll be a happy man. Let me just clean my hands. So that's all I'm doing, guys. It's not rocket science. It's whether it works or not. So I'll get on and do the others. And I will label, and I'll bring you back when I've set them aside. So there they are, 3 trays of Ranunculus, all done. Got the lids on just to keep a little bit of the moisture in, really, stop it losing too much moisture. And I'll check these daily just to make sure that the soil is moist, obviously not dripping wet, because I don't want them rotting. So there they are. They are all labelled, guys. You probably can't see in there, but there are labels in there. So hopefully in, I don't know, 7 to 14 days these should be shooting, and we should have some nice Ranunculus on the way. We'll see. So I'm going to leave it here for this one, guys. got done what I need to get done this weekend. It is a bit horrible out there today, so I'm glad I could actually get the stuff done in the greenhouse. If you want to see obviously how to store the dahlias once they're dried out, and obviously how well the ranunculus are coming on, just hit the sub button, hit the bell so you get notified, and give us a thumbs up. And if you want to see anything else, just look back through the videos. So I'm working next weekend, so I don't know if I'm going to get any footage out next weekend, but if there's something to do and I've got time, then I'll try and get something up. But if not, guys, I'll see you on the next one, and have a great week. Thanks for watching. Ba, ba, da, ba, ba.